I'm Lance Schilling with Behind the Pump, and we're here with another one of our stories for the integrity-driven Texas's Best Challenge, where we're looking for the most motivational stories that we could find. And we have a great one with Carl Leak, and what's great about it is that he has had to go through so many different spots in his life with depression and fighting it, and now he's able to actually help people with it, and he's already been an inspirational character. I'm really excited to share this story with you. So, tell me, whenever you send us your story, I really want to start with exactly how you put it, because I know that it was just unreal to see something so raw, and I loved it. So, start there with me, and then take me along your journey.
Sure. So it was about 10 years ago, and the story really starts with watching my wife. And I started this way because this is one of the most impactful moments for me, and it's connecting. And I just remember her staring at her feet with the door just cracked before she left for just an overnight trip, something that she totally deserved. And she looked at me and she says, if you can't help yourself, I don't want to find you. And she didn't really know the gravity of the plans that I made. And she left that night.
When she's telling you this, she's talking about suicide.
She's talking about suicide. She knows that I'm not safe, but she feels like there's not much she can do at that point other than tell me her heart, where she's at with it. And so that night, I just remember sitting there and struggling, going back and forth with, because she's this thing that I love most in the world, more than anybody, more than anything. And she's telling me that I can't break this promise. And that's the only way that I know how that night. And so she takes the keys, and I'm left there at home with a shotgun and thinking, I can't be this, let this be the last thing that I do for her, is make her find me when she goes home. And I decided at that point that I needed help.
So you're there. What brought you to feeling so down and so far down that there was just no way out? What was going on in your life?
There was a lot of stuff. I mean, you have all these things that contribute to life, and most people can live and deal with it, but sometimes it just adds up. And for me, it was these one set of things, the stress of school, the stress of new marriage, the stress of life in general, and struggling at work, and chemical problems in the brain, not drugs, but I mean, just my body needed repair.
Right.
And so those were some of the things that contributed to it.
I think that it's really sad that people feel like if they feel depressed or suicidal, there has to be this huge reason, or there has to be this, and sometimes it can just literally be feeling just like lost, or feeling like there's no way out. So take me through a little bit more.
Sure. So I think that for me was the time when I connected most with this idea of mind and body and community as a way of help. And I didn't really take it very deep at that point. I went and saw a doctor, which was connecting to an expert in the community, and I took medication, which helped address some physical things. And I connected with my wife on a deeper level after that. But here's the thing: is medications and stuff, they'll fix it for a little bit, but you have to pay constant attention to your mental state, and know what's stressing you, know how to take care of yourself. And so several years later, I found myself in a situation that I had no idea that it had snuck up on me again. And I was trying to take care of it myself with booze and isolating myself and those sorts of things. And I took a walk in the middle of the night one night, and it didn't really strike me that something was wrong until I realized I'm out here in a windbreaker and tennis shoes, and it's 45 below. I'm in Fairbanks, Alaska at 45 below, and thinking that this is 45 below, no joke. And I'm thinking that this is an okay way to decompress. And I was like, I can't do this again. I can't go there again. It hurts. And at that time, suicide might have been the easy way out. It might have been. But there's more there's more than that. The easy way is not always the best way. And, I went back to a doctor, and here I am in front of medication again, but this time it takes this twist. And 2 weeks after that, I'm sitting on my bed watching shadows turn into things. People and monsters and crazy stuff, and they're talking to me and everything else. And my wife is just sitting on the bed behind me praying, And it's like this is and so
medication is not only is it not working, it's making it worse.
Right, in this case. Now, medication helped me the first time.
Right.
This time we tried something new, and it didn't work. And, I think that's the thing, is people try and fix things easy.
Right.
They're like, give me a pill. Give me a 7-step process. Give me, a word of encouragement, and everything will be okay, but it's not like that. It's not like that, ever.
So at what point, so you know that's not working. What's next? At what point did you start saying, I gotta find something more real?
Yeah, it was then. Like, I decided, this medication's not going to do the trick. It's not going to hack it. Something else has got to change. There's got to be more. And so I did. I connected back with my fitness community, and it's something that I'd always leaned on in the past. And I don't know why I kind of didn't give it the attention it deserved, because, it's what gave me the foundation to be where I am now. But I didn't realize how much of an impact it had, because when I got there...
So before you go there, I just want to know, like, when you say you didn't realize how much the impact it had, you know what it's like to not have it.
Right.
And then to have it, the impact that it has on you. But I think that it's such a... I think people just don't realize how powerful feeling good about yourself can be, and how just small steps can take you there. So keep going. Tell me about some of the things that first got you back in there, how you started feeling.
Yeah, when I first got back in there, I do this lone wolf kind of thing where I go in there and I just get under some iron and I work out the anxiety and that sort of thing, and that's all good and well. But the people that I surrounded myself with were people that I admired, people that I saw something in that really brought value to, like, apparently they brought value to their own life, but they brought value to my life too. And so I connect with these people, and it gives me this sense of, I want something bigger than myself. It's not necessarily that I want to look like them, or I want, that. It's like just this sense of completion. And so you get in there and you work out these reps and you feel so great about yourself, and then you go, and when you keep at it, when you really discipline yourself and you start to see progress, it's like, okay, all right. And so that is a part of it. But I think for me, even more than just the change in my physique, it was the connection with the community. The biggest advice I could give to myself or anybody else talking to someone who's suicidal is, you don't got the answers. That person who may have a shotgun in their mouth, right? They're the ones with the answers. They know what they need. But I think recognizing it and being open about it and saying, like, I see you, I see you struggling. But there's more, because the family that you saw out there, more than anything else, like, I live for them.
Right.
I want to live a good long time to give that little girl, little boy, a hard time forever.
And that brings me to the next part that we had talked about with your story. You're mentoring up to 350 kids. Tell me a little bit about that. That's a huge impact. Somebody to go from, like, I'm about to kill myself to I'm bettering myself, and now I'm going to help better other people. That's such a great progression of leadership. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I never thought, in so many ways, I never thought I'd be where I am in life. You obviously know where I thought I'd be at one point. And so to be here where I'm, helping all these kids and helping the people that work with these kids and everything else, it's unreal. And I think what it is I don't want people to have to suffer like I did. I know they're going to have to, but I want them to learn from my mistakes rather than have to learn from their own.
That mistake
is not
permanent.
Taking care of myself. Yeah, that mistake would have been absolutely permanent. There's no going back.
I really love about your story, man, that you, when I read it, it was the deepest of the deepest things you could say to somebody and feel. And now you're doing like the most. You have all these kids. You're doing all these things. Tell me, like, what are you doing from them? And then also, what is it doing for you to do that?
There is no greater reward in life, I think, than to see not only yourself living life to its fullest, but to see other people living to its fullest. And I think that's what we're here for. We're here to not only live our lives, but to help other people live theirs. My name is Carl Leak, and this is my story.